you go. That seems to be quite a popular
Hey,
little song. I thought I'd change the music this week.
Yeah, it's a new song, isn't it?
Now, I put it on the end of the stories, but a lot of people like it, so I thought I'd just change it. I haven't got rid of the other one. I just thought I'd change it for a change.
Yeah, no, that was good. So, yeah, very nice intro. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday live stream. Good to see a few people in as normal. Moist Crack McGee, Sean, No Name, Pesky Moon Nuggets, Patia for Life. Hi, everybody.
Mazata.
We've got Marky Mark, sorry. We've got Marky Mark and Maz Yatta. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 14. We just started. So we've got lots for you today. We've got the quiz again because that should be popular. We'll do that a little bit later in two halves as we did last week. And we've got quite a lot of little news articles, a lot of things happening in Thailand at the moment. Did you want to talk about one or two of those now, Simon? Or
can do. Today, of course, I was going to just say to everybody, I'm sure many of you might know, it's a holiday here in Thailand today. So it's to celebrate the King's birthday. If you saw one of the news articles today, he pardoned around, I think it was about 200,000 pardons today, and for inmates and various people. So to celebrate the birthday.
Yeah, and it says there on screen as well that he's 35,000 will be released on parole. But we looked at this story in several different online periodicals, as it were, and all the numbers changed. Like Al Jazeera said about 150, and where do we get this one from? I can't remember.
I think this was Bangkok somewhere. Bangkok.
Yeah, I think this one's probably the closest to the real figure. But you imagine some guy festering away in a Thai jail, and then suddenly he gets a knock on the door and says, "Oh, the King's letting you go tomorrow." Fantastic.
Yeah. Everybody's been waiting to see who got the pardon. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So and then so what else? What else has been happening? Well, the normal, the numbers keep going up. As as every day now, getting up and up, and the Phuket sandbox is going, still going strong. They weren't sure whether it was going to be knocked on the head or not because there's new cases happening down there, but they are still carrying it on. I think they announced it today or yesterday or today that they are going to continue it for another month, so that's good. There's
the latest figures on the screen there.
Yeah. So over 16,000 now.
Yeah, I know, that's it. Last week it was about 10,000, wasn't it? I'm trying not to say the word, but it was about 10,000. And what is this? It's just ticking by now. So this is from the Bangkok Post today, and they're saying plus 16,533. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah. So.
But right. Go on.
I'm going to just say hello to a few more people who've joined us now. Where did you get up to? Chayapam Falang, did you mention him? Sean Jones, Texas Dave, hi from Korea. Lost in Australia, good to see you again. David Kennedy, John Campbell, Adriana Ramos, Daniel Hinckley. Okay, Adriana says, that's not a Thailand beach, no holes. Okay. Tilt, how are you? Paul C, Marky Mark, you mentioned him, didn't you? MP, good morning from New York. And Sean Sue, I think it is, SIU. And that's it. Normal, usual suspects. Michael with the hi to you again.
Yeah. Hi, Michael.
Good morning from California. How you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. What
David.
else?
David's in the house.
David?
Yeah, David, the one you like to say his last name.
Quaff. He's going to get angry with us. We can't pronounce your name, David. Let me put it up. Look, he's been nice to us. What else has been happening? Let's have a look. Oh, that's Ralph. That's not the online news channel. That's a guy called Ralph that I know. He's got his own channel called The Tiger's Den. I haven't looked at it for a while. I don't know if you've been putting any videos up there, Ralph. Hi to you and Patty anyway. I'm sure you're having a good time. I watched one of Trevor's videos last week. It was one where he was walking through Walking Street. And most people say when they see those videos, they feel really sad of, what it was and what it is. And I didn't actually feel sad. I quite enjoyed the video because he walked up from the far end where the kind of Arab bit is all the way up to where the tourist police are. And yeah, everything was closed. It was the middle of the day, but it brought back a lot of memories because it's been, a couple of years now. And as he was walking down and pointing his camera at all these various bars, great memories. And, I borrowed pop-up and think, God, I forgot about that one. And I remember this that happened there. So yeah, good memories. Clive Parkhurst, hi guys from Clive. All right, so Jackson J from Jakarta. How are you doing, Jackson?
So I see in the UK, I mean, you're doing really well over there now, right? They're relaxing everything, and it looks like everything's getting back to normal, right? From what I see.
It is pretty much back to normal, but there's a bit of a controversy going on now because the people who are seeming to catch it now are the young people because a lot of them, they just can't be bothered to go and get the, the jab, or they don't think it's that serious. And the cases that are happening at the moment seem to be now with young people because all the older people, most of the older people have had their 2 jabs. So, they're trying to entice young people to go and get them. And what they're saying now, what the controversy is. Thank you, David, for that super chat there. Put it up on screen. What the controversy is now, what they're saying now is that, if they want to go to a nightclub or a football stadium or somewhere where there's a crowd, you have to have a passport, a certificate to say you've had these jabs. And if you don't, you can't go in. Well, that, for me, it's just a personal opinion. I think that's a sensible idea. Because you're putting others at risk, aren't you? Even though they've had the jab. But what the controversy is, people are saying, "Oh no, you're forcing people to do that," and it's not what happened to not free speech, but you're not giving people a choice; you're forcing them. But the way I look at it is, well, I don't want to say too much, but I've got my personal opinion on it, and I just think if you don't want to have it, then why should you be allowed to risk other people's health? As I say, it's just a personal thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. But yeah, David Quaife, thanks for that. Because you got the name wrong. Oh, there you go. That's the best comment so far. Patio for life. Simon, you're looking like a sexy beast.
Not a lady boy.
I wish.
Yeah. Okay. Right. 87 in now. We'll wait till we've got over 100 before we start the first half of the quiz. Hi to everyone. I hope you're doing well. It's actually raining in the UK at the moment.
We just had a big storm here. Just had a big storm here that's just gone by. So yeah, I mean, still nice and warm.
There's the rates for today. There is a story about the Thai baht weakening at the moment, and the reason for it is because the Thai baht has always been a very safe and government-backed currency, and a lot of foreign investment they put it into Thai baht because Thai baht is very, very safe. But because of what's going on at the moment, I was reading an article where a lot of investors, they're selling their Thai baht and they're putting their investment into US dollars instead. So that's weakening the Thai baht, which obviously is giving us a better rate. I mean, it's over 45 baht to the pound now. When I was there a couple of years ago, it was 36. So, it is. We'll have to see what happens. Damon, I was speaking to Damon yesterday. He thinks it's going to go up to about 50 by Christmas. Lost in Australia. Thanks for that. $10 there.
Yeah, thanks very much. And
yeah, so let me see if I can just find that little story quick. So I'll put them exchange rates up again later.
Also, don't forget. Thanks, guys, for the super chats, and the new Nat and Dave is coming out this weekend. So Saturday it's going to be out. So I'll manage to get a couple of you squeezed in. We got the everybody from last week who gave the super chats their names and got a mention in the cartoon. So thanks very much for that, guys.
Did you? Is it the last episode of this current series this week, or is there another one?
No. Well, it's not quite the last, but it's going to be an interesting episode. Yeah. So I mean,
is it going to be what we talked about yesterday? The end of this video. Is it going to be what we discussed yesterday, or have you changed it?
Not quite. Yeah, no. It's left hanging. There's going to be some conflict happening, but yeah, don't want to give too much away.
I love them. I do. I love watching them. I watch them about 6 times over the course of the 2 weeks. I watch it on my phone as soon as it comes in. I think, it's there. Watch it on my phone. Then I'll watch it a second time. Then when I'm in front of my 65-inch size TV, I'll watch it on the big screen again, and then maybe 3 days later I'll watch it again. I think they're good, and we're going to we're trying a new format for the stories as well. The stories I put out on a Saturday. You know, where I just sit in front of the camera. It's pretty boring just to sit and watch me. I guess a lot of people listen to the soundtrack when they're out walking their dog, or that I do it myself when I've made the video. I just, before I upload it, I put it on my phone and I check. I have headsets and I walk about half an hour in the 45 minutes now. It's 45 minutes in the evening, and I listen to it to make sure there's no mistakes. And I'm sure a lot of people do, but it's pretty boring for people who just sit and watch it because I'm there. They're looking at me, my ugly mug, and you know, we change the format. But just talking about walking there all the time. Let me just hang on, take the ticker off that. I'll just adjust that. Well,
just while you're doing that, I know you're going to go. Have you been watching the Olympics? Do you follow the Olympics? Obviously, it's
you know, I don't like sport.
The Japan Olympics have just now started, so hopefully a lot of you have been watching some of that. It's quite interesting. Not that I've watched a lot of it, but yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. So I'll just put that up there because I told people I know Brian Flowers has his weight on the screen permanently there, but that's how I'm doing now. I've been on the diet for about 7 weeks now, and my target is 90 kilos, and I've upped my walk. You know, in the evening I walk 2 miles in the morning, I walk 2 miles at night. It's about half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. But 3 nights ago I'd finished my 2 mile walk. I used to feel knackered, tired. I finished my 2 mile walk, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not ready to stop yet. And I did another 15 minutes, and now my walk in the evening is 45 minutes, and I'm going to try and increase that to an hour tomorrow because I think it's raining.
Oh, you've done well. I mean, what are you down to now? You're 104 kilos. It's like, that's not bad. Not bad.
Well, when last time I seen you in Bangkok, I was 94. Do you remember? And you said my clothes were hanging off me.
Yeah, you look like a rapper. You had the big old baggy top on.
An old rapper.
You just needed a big gold chain and a baseball cap.
Yeah. Have you heard about them, the monkeys in Lopburi?
Yeah. Well, I did read one of the articles. Yeah, I mean, in Lopburi, they had obviously that's where they have the big monkey festival. But yeah, there were 2 groups of the monkeys fighting each other, and there was a photo. I think you saw it as well, where they're facing off against each other in the street. Looks like gang warfare.
Yeah, let me put that on the screen because this picture you can see there are 2 groups facing off with each other. If you look at that picture, you'll see there's like a path in the middle of them. That's because they're facing off. Look, the front row of monkeys on both sides. They're like, "Come on, they're not. You want some? You want some?" You know, it's because of the lack of food, isn't it? They're the tourists used to go there and give them a lot of food, and they're raiding houses and stuff now, aren't they? This is actually them fighting because one of them took food off another one, and they're all gang. I suppose they're like humans. They got
yeah, they're vicious. I mean, some of them. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, big old teeth on them.
Yeah. I every time we mention monkeys, it reminds me of that time in Hua Hin when I got mugged for the peanuts.
Yeah.
We were going to get that picture, weren't we? I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll definitely dig it out. Yeah, it's funny. The ones in Hua Hin at the top of the mountain. But yeah.
Yeah, just having a look what else is going on. So
did you see about the what was that about the elephant that's back again, the one that broke through the woman's house?
Yeah, I got that little story there somewhere. There we are. Put that up on screen for everyone. That's the elephant. You think it's a setup, don't you?
Well, I mean, it's like I'm sure they fed it and it knows to come back because it's come back again and then it's broke through the wall again looking for food or whatever. So I mean, they say that they're going to rebuild the wall again and put some fences up, but yeah, poor old elephants come back again.
Yeah, it's not the sort of thing you get around here, elephants coming through your wall. But let me just see what everybody else is saying. Hi to Stuart. Lashing it down in Warrington. It is here in Northamptonshire. MP, you need a double jab or to have failed a PCR test within 48 hours to attend spots here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just go back a little bit. Right, David, I really afford to this every week. No, David, we don't expect it, mate. You've done too much already. I'm sorry, I'm getting you confused with the other David, aren't I? Right, Anthony M. Hi, guys. How do you do? A great channel. Thank you for that. Hi, Simon and Peter. You guys get vaccinated. I have had both of them, but Simon's having difficulty. You mentioned that last week. Any news on that, Simon?
No, I mean, it's difficult to get. It's very difficult to get. I mean, they're now, if you're over 60, you could still apply for it. They're now saying that they're going to, start on the next age group. So everybody's just waiting to see when they announce, where to register and when, because they have sometimes walk-in centres. You can go to Bangsu station at certain times and go and get a jab there, but you have to wait until they announce it. But normally when they announce it, it's full up quite quickly. A lot of the hospitals you can't buy it. I mean, I've registered for about 3 or 4. I've actually paid for mine now, but they said it's for them for one of them, but it won't be until October. So hopefully we can get it before then. But I mean, it's just I've got a few people I know now who have obviously come down with it. So yeah, it's getting close to home. So it's worrying.
Just
but
quickly. Just quickly on that, because as usual, I don't want to talk about this for the whole stream, but I was reading that a lot of the richer Thais are actually going abroad to get theirs now, which is something they can do. I don't know where they're going, but
there was a lot went over to the States and everything like that. Yeah, but anyway.
Okay, so there's a comment on screen that says it's from Born Survivor. I saw that video from Brian. He was correct about failure and your so-called friends. I haven't watched that yet. I do watch some of Brian's videos. He does come across with some very intelligent, not overexciting, but quite intelligent, the stuff he talks about. But I can guess what he's saying. I had it with a friend here. I helped him a lot. I found he was down on his luck. He didn't like where he was living. I found him a place to live. I got him a job. I did lots of things for him. I gave him a car because he didn't have any money, paid for it eventually. And the guy just sort of stabbed me in the back. It happens. But Simon and I were talking about this the other day, weren't we? So-called friends.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Patty for life, Peter, when are we going to meet the real Nat? I bet she's a stunner. I don't think they ever will. I don't think people ever will they, Simon? Or will
maybe one day, at the Oscars.
Pardon?
One day at the Oscars.
Okay.
No, maybe one day in the future, but for now, she's happy doing the voices, and don't want to come on camera yet, but we might try to do another interview with her and disguise her.
Okay, let me just address this one here, because this one says it's David. He says no need to change the story format on Saturdays, Peter. Keep it going. Don't change anything. Well, we are going to change it a little bit. Thank you, Mark, for that $10. It seems to be a weekly thing now.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
You'll be in the cartoon this week again.
No, it's not so much. I was going to say it's not so much a change, is it? It's an additional thing to another addition. So.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a couple of things. Firstly, you got to realize that it's just such a lot of work to make these stories. It's you'll see a half an hour upload, and I'm just talking. You think half an hour, but it's got to be edited. I've got to look. People send me the stories. I've got to read through them. Which ones are good? I've got to change all the slang words that people want, an international audience want to understand. I've got to correct a lot of the grammar. There's a lot of spelling mistakes. I've got to put it into a format so it's easy for me to read. Then I've got to do a rehearsal read. Then a real read. Then I've got to sit and listen to it once I've uploaded it to the software. I've got to cut out all the ums and gaps and coughs, and it's really time consuming. So the way we want to do it, because we want to bring a lot more to the channel, and at the moment Simon's totally tied up with a Nat and Dave cartoon, and I'm totally tied up with the stories and a live stream. Plus we've got this live stream, and we want to bring more. We both work, so we're just trying to do things easier. So the story we're going to put out soon, it's done with software. We'll put it out, and you let us know what you think about it, because you won't be losing anything, as Simon said, because because that'll free us up. We'll have more time to do other things, and there will be additional sort of cartoons and things, but shorter versions, right, Simon?
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's it. And like you say, it's something new, so it's more stuff to keep you all entertained. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 115 in now. Do you want to start the quiz, guys? Are you ready for the first half of the quiz? We said we were going to do it last week, because it was always what's the biggest temple, how far is it to Hua Hin and all this. So for fun, we said last week we'd come up with a bit of a manga quiz this week. So we can't really go too mad, too dirty, as it were, but it's themed along that kind of way. There's a couple of straight questions. We can't sort of ask questions like how much is a bar fine and stuff like that, but you'll see what I mean. So let's have a look here. Hang on, a few.
Jam Jar Johnny's sitting in the barbers.
Huh?
I was just looking at that one there, Jam Jar. Don't change. I'm sitting in the barber's listening right now.
Okay.
Getting his haircut.
Who said that? Well,
One of the comments here, Jam Jar Johnny.
Chico on the go says, "Wow, that looks like when they were looting stores all over LA." Okay.
That was for the monkeys.
Jay, yes, I've heard in Thailand, vaccination is very hard to get. Yeah, Black Bolt. Hello, Simon and Peter. How you doing? I'm going to start calling you the Dapper Don, I think, with that picture. Jackson J, I got shot waiting until okay. It's pretty easy in the UK, isn't it? And you don't even need to make an appointment now. You just turn up. If somebody hasn't had one, they just say just go there and they'll give you one on the spot. You don't have to jab that. They'll give you a jab. I did a drive-by, like when you drive into McDonald's and grab a burger. I did a drive-by. Honestly, you drive in. It's a big tent. You drive in. You stick your arm out the window. They ask you a couple of questions. Bang, away you go. They tell you to park up for 15 minutes in case you have any effects. But I think I've waited about 10 and
when you said they've done a drive-by, I just imagine like you driving by and then getting the needle and here he comes,
yeah. But when I say drive-by, I mean you don't have to park up the car and sit down at a table and all that.
It's good.
Lost in Australia saying, "Hello, I know Brian. He doesn't ever portray himself as a legend. He just has cracked the Pattaya thing, but he does good things in Pattaya as a charity. Don't get me wrong, he is a businessman." I don't have any opinions, good or bad, on with Brian. If I had to, I'd say, yeah, Brian's okay, seems cool. No, I don't think people can criticize him because he's done extremely well with his business in Pattaya. I have seen people try to criticize him, where they say, "Oh, you've turned Soy 6 into almost into a corporate zone where everything's the same and all that." But that's just jealous people. You're always going to get that. I mean, we were laughing today, Simon and I, because when this stream comes up advertised, I put it up and you get the notification, don't you? Immediately, we got a thumbs down. We hadn't even started, but we think we know.
That's it. Someone's waiting to do it. But anyway, never mind.
Hi to Robin, the chosen one. Thailand, Geordie, afternoon from miserable Newcastle. I think everywhere's miserable in the UK at the moment. Yeah. Right. We've got a quiz.
We've got a quiz to cheer you up and test your knowledge about Thailand and the entertainment scene this week.
Mm-hmm. Go on then.
So all right. Are you ready then? Here you go then. Yeah. So get your thinking caps on. Most of you'll know this. So
just before you start, I just want to say, sorry to interrupt. I just want to say once again, you can go onto Google and you can find all these out. There's no prizes. It's just for fun. But there's a multiple choice. Just choose what you think. There's no point in going off and cheating on Google. If you get it right every time, it doesn't mean anything, does it? Just do it for fun and see how many you actually really get. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready then? You can do the first question. Here we go.
Right. Okay. So a bit of a Mongo one, as we say. So here we go. Walking into Soy Cowboy from Asok Soy 21. What is the name of the first bar on the right opposite Country Roads? And the choices are?
Yep. So you got a choice there. Rawhide, 5-Star, Long Gun, or Corner Bar.
Right, let's see.
So you can all imagine yourselves walking in, coming in Soy Cowboy, past the little burger and Pizza Hut. The first bar on the right.
Yeah, not getting many. Here we go. Right.
That's it. We've got a few answers coming in now. Yeah, quite a few people got it right.
Yeah. Okay. The answer is.
So those of you got it right. Corner bar.
Yeah.
That's it. That was easy. And then
years ago, that was called Piccolo Bar. They used to have a pool table, one pool table. I think it was one or two pool tables, but yeah, Piccolo Bar is quite a famous little bar. I used to drink in there sometime. Texas Day, got it right, mate, as well. Corner bar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always busy. It used to always be the last one open as well. Everywhere else closed, and then that one would stay open, and they got the band in there and pool tables. So yeah, it's good.
I didn't realize they had a band in there. I never seen a band in there when I was there.
Yeah, they have the band in there. That's okay. What Yeah, it's definite. Yeah. But right. So now you got the other way. So walking into Soy Cowboy from the other end, Sukhumvit Soy 23. What is the name of the new go-go bar on the right, which was formerly the Old Dutch?
No, you mean on the left? It should be on the left, right?
Oh, sorry, on the left.
Yeah.
What is the name of the new go-go bar on the left? Sorry. which
Yeah,
was
so if you
formerly
come
the
past-
old Dutch.
Yeah, you come past a petrol station, haven't you? Turn left, and then you turn left into Soy Cowboy, and you had the old Dutch restaurant there, and that's gone now, hasn't it? It's a go-go bar.
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, there. So
hope these aren't
Cozy,
too-
Angels, Shark, or Jimmy's? Robin the chosen one was straight in there before they even came up.
Was he?
Yeah, he knows the name. I mean, you know, he knows it for sure. Like, obviously a regular.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there we go for those of you. Cozy. So I think it's Kate Crazy Cozy. It was because I think it's the same owners as Crazy House or whatever. Crazy House. And so they've now took over the lease. They were going to knock it through to one big one, but then I think they left it as two. So yeah, it's quite good. So right, moving on. Question number 3.
Okay. They're not all about Soy Cowboy, by the way. We've just had taken a few of each area. But this question is, on Soy Cowboy, if you walked out of Susie Wong's, what bar is next door on your right? So you're coming out the front door of Susie Wong's. You've been in there. You're coming out. What's the name of that bar on your right? Is it Jungle Jim's? Is it Rio's? Is it Cowboy 2 or After School? You don't have to write. You just put A, B, C, or D. That'll be fine.
Sure, a lot of people know this.
Yeah, we should have some. What's the the music they have on quiz shows? Dun, 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 the heartbeat or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I think I've got any. No, probably not.
Nobody got this yet. We got one right answer.
Oh, can't stop the sound now.
What is that sound?
Right, so put yourself.
Music, was it?
Put yourself out of your misery. So the answer is, hey, Jungle Jim's.
Yeah, did anybody get that? Let's have a quick look. Steve May got it. Surprisingly, not that many. La Johnson got it. Robin the Chosen One, New York native. Yeah, okay. Right, onward and upwards.
Okay, so next one, down to Soy 4 now. So walking into Sukhumvit Soy 4, what is the name of the bar beside and before the Stumble Inn? So as you're walking from Sukhumvit Road down into Soy 4 towards Nana-Plaza, you'll go past two big bars. One is Stumble Inn. What's the one before Stumble Inn? So the choices are, is it the Junction, Hillary Bar, Morning Night, or Corner Bar?
This should be quite an easy one, I should think. Mind you, I suppose a lot of people, I was speaking to somebody, he said, I never know the names of the bars. He said, I just go in there and drink. I don't know what they're called a lot of the time.
Well, those two are always really popular, innit? All day, all night, because it's like you go down there in the afternoon and it's all busy. Everybody's sitting there, obviously watching everything, watching the world go by.
Well, 4 of them are, not only 2 of them. If you go to Big Dogs on the corner and also Lucky Luke's, it's still called Lucky Luke's. They're also not so much Lucky Luke's, but they're all busy, especially early evening.
Monga's Bar, Chaya Pumfarang Monga's Bar, Nat's Bar, C, B, C, B. Okay. A few of you got it. So we've got a few right answers. So the answer is...
It's not Hillary Black Boat.
No, Morning Night.
Morning Night.
So yeah, that's the first one you come to. Moving on.
Okay. Right. What is the nearest BTS station to Pat Pong in Bangkok? So you go and take the BTS. You want to go to Pat Pong. What's your nearest station?
So you got Asok, Saladang, Siam, or Plunchit. It's not that far either. It's only about 5-minute walk out from this particular station.
Yeah, but you do have to change, don't you, at Siam?
Yeah, they used to have a Hooters as well, right at the bottom of the stairs when you come down the stairs. I don't know if it's still there. I think last time I went, it was all boarded up. So I'm not sure if it's temporary thing or if it's permanently closed. But anyway, So yeah, what's the nearest BTS station to Pat Pong? Asok, Saladang, Siam, or Plunchit?
How many are getting this?
Quite a few
Surprised.
Quite a few wrong answers. So the answer is Saladang.
Thailand-Bound. Yeah, I've done that journey a few times because I stay in Soi 4 itself. So it's easy to get to, but it's a bit of a bind having to change at CM Square, especially around rush hour. You've got to go down, haven't you, and get on the Victory Monument line, is it?
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, so Hooters has gone. But yeah,
Has
that's
it?
a shame. The one on Ceylon, then the one in Soi 4, I think, is still there, but the other one is gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Looking directly at Play School, what is the name of the go-go bar on the left in 2020? So this was open to. Well, let's see. So looking directly at Play School, what is the name of the go-go bar on the left in 2020? Play School is in Nana-Plaza.
On the ground floor.
Is it Rainbow, G-Spot, Hollywood, or London Calling? So if you're standing outside looking at Play School, what's the bar on the left? Do you know this one? Oh, this is the one you were saying, right?
Yeah. No, but I think you've said it wrong because you said if you stood outside Play School, what's the bar on your right?
On the left.
Should be stood out. Yeah, if you stood outside Play School looking at their front door, what's the bar on the left?
Yeah, that's what it says, right?
Looking direct. Yeah, but I thought you said if you never mind, it doesn't matter. All right, and the answer is?
The answer is London Calling. I didn't know that one. I always thought it was something else, but maybe not.
Well, that used to be called a long time ago. That used to be called Hollywood, and that was run by Anton and Kevin. Anton's passed away, unfortunately, fairly young. I think he was about 50 or something. But he's gone. Shame. Right. Is it? I forgot. Is it your turn or mine now?
Your one.
Right.
It should be name, not main.
Oh yeah. On the second level of Nana-Plaza, what is the name of the bar sandwiched between Sexy Night and Casanova? And I'll give you a clue. It's been there forever and a day. It's an old bar.
Everybody's bringing back memories now of walking around and saying, "Oh yeah, I remember going up the stairs, coming past, going around that corner."
Yeah.
What's the one right in the one in the corner is Casanova, right?
Yeah, that's a Ladyboy bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know it better than me.
Only because they keep calling your name.
I've never been in there. I've caught you coming out of there 3 times, so I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, right. I was just paying.
You know what used to make me laugh when I was in Pattaya or somewhere like that, and I'd be out with somebody I kind of knew him, but he wasn't a good friend, but I kind of knew him. We'd be in a little group of say maybe 3 people. This when I lived in Bangkok actually, we'd go down to Pattaya, and there'd be a group of 3 or 4 of us, and we'd be in a bar, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, this is when they're open all night. One of them would say, "Oh, you know what? I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm going to head back to the hotel." And we're like, "Really? In Pattaya at 1 o'clock? You're going back?" Yeah, I'm tired, And we'd head up Walking Street, and about maybe we'd go to another bar about maybe 3 in the morning, and who do we see on the second road? Walking arm in arm with it or hand in hand with a Ladyboy coming the other way. The guy said he was tired and he was going back to his hotel. So a lot of that sort of stuff goes on. All right. So the answer is
DC10
bar. That's been there. If that's still there now, I don't know, obviously, because I haven't been back. That's got to have been there. I reckon. I mean, it was there in '97. So what's that? Yeah, I mean, it's got to have been there 25 years, maybe 30 years. That's an old bar. It's like the oldest one on Walking Street. God, my memory. There's a bar as you walk down Walking Street. You got the tourist police. It's on the left. It's called P17 or P19, something like that. That's a real old bar as well. It's an open fronted bar. People like to sit there and watch the world go by. Okay, right.
DC10 is another. It's in between the 2 Ladyboy bars, isn't it? But anyway, all right. So this is another one for Soy Nana. On the 3rd level of Nana-Plaza, what is the name of the go-go bar opposite billboard on the other side of the balcony? So if you're standing at billboard looking across the other side, is it Rainbow 2, Butterflies, Bangkok Bunnies, or Voodoo?
Yeah, we need a drum roll, some kind of a drum. I'm going to look for it next week, some kind of a drum roll. So when when we're waiting, we can have this background music. Right.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't remember which. Yeah, I can't remember what it is actually. This is one of my questions, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think actually as well, the one on here that's on the quiz is I think put the wrong answer. It's not Bangkok bunnies, it's butterflies. So it's not Bangkok bunnies, it's butterflies.
Okay.
Move on quickly then.
It'll be all right on the night. Right. Sukhumvit Soy 4. What is the name? Oh, everyone should get this right. Sukhumvit Soy 4, opposite Nana. What is the name of the famous soapy massage located in the Raja Hotel, which has been there for years and which I think is very overpriced, but that's just me. Not that I've ever been in there. Right. There you go. That's your choices of names there. Is it A, B, C, or D?
I'm just looking. Robin, the chosen one. He knows everything. Look, how come, Robin? You must be out and about everywhere in Bangkok.
Yeah, but he's got this one wrong, hasn't he?
Where? Oh,
yeah, he's got this one wrong. It's not Soapy Saloon, or whatever you. Right. Okay. And the answer is.
Yeah.
I thought a lot more people would get this. It's Annie's Massage. It's famous. That's another one. It's got to have been there for at least 25 to 30 years. Real old massage. Quite small actually. Yeah, you got that one, Black Bolt. But your correct answer came in after the right answer was displayed on screen. But I'll believe you. Okay.
Okay, moving on. Right. What is the name of the large beer garden located on Sukhumvit Soy 4? So what is the name of the large beer garden located on Sukhumvit Soy 4, Soy Nana?
This one should be easy.
The Beer Fest, Polana, Busters, or Bus Stop? Oh, look, from Tony Dunlop. Annie's has closed 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Well, I haven't been. The last time I was in Thailand was just at the start of all this, which was about 2 years ago. It was October, not last October, but the October before that. So it's another one bites the dust. So these questions that we've put out today, we've done these on the assumption that everybody's thinking the same as we are pre-Movid, pre-Ant-Iris. I mean, if somebody lives there and they were there last week and some bars changed, well, there's no way we're going to know about it. And Simon, although he lives in Bangkok, you don't head out to Sukhumvit much, do you, these days?
Yeah, well, everywhere's closed. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, obviously when things get back to normal, how many of the old places reopen, or I suppose a lot of them would change hands. But yeah, so okay, so for those put you out of your misery, everybody, the answer is D, Bus Stop.
Yeah, I like Bus Stop. The only thing is, it's when you go out in the evening, you sit there, you get sticky there, and you can get mosquito bites if you don't put something on to protect. They put those coils under the table that I think smell quite nice, but it's that's the only thing. I'd rather go there sort of like 3-4 in the afternoon, have a burger and a beer, and then go back to the hotel, have a shower, then go out. To go out at sort of set 9 o'clock, say, and sitting in that beer garden, you get sticky, and it's then you go into aircon and. But a good place. They do a good burger.
Yeah, I like beer. I like Bus Stop. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Right. Soy 4 again. What is the name of the bar next door to the Heidelberg? And again, this is pre what's going on at the moment. Might still be there.
I don't know this one.
Joys or Jies. Huh?
I don't know this one there. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's still there.
I think I've been in the Heidelberg. I think a long time ago.
And again, it's a bar that's been there for a long, long time. Got to be, I know, minimum 25 years, maybe 30 years. Old bars. A lot of them bars along there actually. When you come out of Nana, turn left. A few of those bars been there a long time. Okay, so A, B, C, or D. Yeah, we've got 1, think that's one right answer.
Everyone's stumped on this one. No one knows on this.
Are they? Okay, give them the answer, then we'll move on. No point hanging about.
Jules.
There you go. Jules.
Mm-hmm. Don't know that one.
So Robin says he's got no idea.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Okay, before Hooters opened up at the front of the Nana Hotel, what was the name of the bar situated where Hooters is now? So what was the name before it became Hooters? Big Dogs.
Yeah, and I remember it
Bar,
very well. It had
Hillary Bar or Nana Bar.
I remember it very well. It had a green kind of corrugated, what would you call it, canopy at the front, cheap thing. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been popular there. I mean, always, obviously, everybody on Soy 4, they all sit there and watch the world go by. I mean, that's the attraction, isn't it? Everybody sit outside.
Anyone know the answer to that? No Name says, didn't Annie's relocate? Not sure about that one.
Yeah. So a couple of people got it right.
So this
so
one,
far.
How many? No name. Yeah,
couple of people now got.
No Name's got it right. Yeah, it was called the Golden Bar. It was a kind of typical Thai bar at the front of where Hooters is now. Before they handed the keys over to Hooters. Okay. Right. What soy along Sukhumvit was the Eating Club located on? I say was because I'm not sure if that's still there, but quite a famous place on the corner there. What soy along Sukhumvit was the Eating Club located on? Choices: soy 13, soy 3, soy 11, soy 7/1. Okay, we got some answers coming in now. I don't want to say who's right and who's wrong because it'll give it away. Yeah, a lot of people getting this one now. Jackson, it wasn't on soy 8. No, that's not even one of the. Soy 8 isn't one of the. It's a multiple choice. Look, there's 4 choices on the screen. Soy 8 isn't on there. Right in the middle, Jackson says. Naughty Boy says soy Jed. No, that's not one of the choices. So the answer is
Jet. Soy 7. Soy 7/1.
Yeah. Soy 7/1. The Eating Club, quite famous for. Let's just say it's quite famous. All right.
Okay. So, what soy along Sukhumvit is Scruffy Murphy's Irish pub located? Is it soy 22, 26, 24, 23? A, B, C, or D? Scruffy Murphy's Irish pub. You've probably been there before, or I think it's changed the name. It's been a pub.
I don't know
there
the answer to this. I forgot. Let me have a look at the answers. I'm going to cheat now.
Yeah. I think we have been in there. We have been in there. It's changed its name now. I think. Again,
when we went in, it was the old name, didn't we?
Yeah. At the moment, of course, everywhere's closed, so none of them are open.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Show everybody who the soy this was on. Naughty Boy got it right.
Yeah. So I think it was the old Queen Vic.
The Queen Vic was there before the Scruffy Murphys, wasn't it? That was there for a long time as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. And question, I believe this is number 15 coming up now, and we'll take a break after this one.
All right. So
right, okay.
what was
this is a number 15, Simon, yeah?
All right. What was the name of the sports bar?
Again?
No, go on. I'll let you read it out.
Well, it's my turn. What was the name of the sports bar? What was the name of the sports bar located at the back of the Nana Hotel car park? Huge sign at the back, but again, because we don't know if it's still there. So, is it Strikers, 9 Yards, the Londoner, or the Penalty Spot? So I keep saying this one's easy, but maybe it isn't. I mean, there must be people in the stream who've not yet been to Thailand and thinking, I haven't got a clue.
Well, yeah, no, that's right. I noticed. I mean, last time I went down Sukhumvit a few weeks ago, I mean, some of the places that were there, they've all gone. I see some of them renovating, and looks like they're going to be, turned into new bars. So there is still quite a bit happening. Different bars changing hands and people preparing for the, when it's all over.
Yeah. So naughty boy. No, it's not the Londoner.
So ready for the answer?
Okay, so Darren Drew's got it right. No Name's got it right. It's Strikers. Surprised a lot more if you didn't know that, because when you come out of Nana, you've got the Nana Hotel there, haven't you? Got Hooters at the front, and if you look right at the back of the car park, there's a huge white sign with Strikers along it in, I think it's black, orange, something like that. But yeah, surprised at that. Yeah. So we'll take a little break on now, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, just about the London. I used to love the Londoner. I mean, they moved. They used to be in the basement, didn't they? Of the was it Soy 33? Just after Villa, used to go down the steps in the big Londoner pub down there, and then they've relocated to Ramkham Hang area or somewhere like that. But that used to be a great pub. Used to love it there.
Yeah, we've got another 15 questions for you, but we have a break in between and just talk about something else, just in case there's people in the stream who haven't actually been to Thailand. It's going to be a bit boring for them. But you like? Have you been to the pub in the Landmark, haven't you, in the basement there?
Yeah. That's quite good. Yeah, I mean, if you're into your English pubs and your American pubs, there's quite a good choice in Bangkok. There's quite a lot of foreign pubs. Quite a few of them have changed hands now. Obviously, you got the Robin Hood, been there quite a while now, and the Royal Oak that used to be the Bull's Head, and the one you're on about in the basement. They always used to do a nice Sunday dinner down there, and then you have what is the name of it down there? The Huntsman, isn't it?
It's called the Huntsman.
Yeah, it's the Huntsman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I really like about Thailand. As much as I really like Thai food. I like to go to food courts, Terminal 21, them sort of places. Same in Patti. But what I really like about it is you can always get. You just think I fancy this today, and you can always get it, especially in Patti. Like a really good, full-on English breakfast, and it's good quality. A few hundred baht maybe. Or you fancy a roast. Traditional roast beef, roast potatoes, and anything. Good Italian food. You can get everything, and I really miss that about Thailand. Around here, there isn't a lot really. I'm in a typical market town here. You get a Chinese or an Indian takeaway and a pizza. That's probably about your lot. But patio, love it.
Well, that's it. What's it cost in the UK for a full English breakfast? If you have a fry up, like a couple of sausages, bacon, beans, eggs.
It goes anywhere from between say £5 and £9 at the top end. But I tell you, where's the real best value is Weatherspoons. They do. Obviously, I'm on a diet now, and we had everything closed. But before that, I used to go with a friend, and we'd go for the breakfast on a Sunday about 10 o'clock. And they do one it's $4.95. You can fill up your mug of tea as many times as you want. And I mean, the plate is, it's like a serving plate, and it comes with everything. Sausage, bacon, beans, fried bread, toast. Even ask if you want brown or white, and it's thick cut toast. It's not. Let's not talk about food. I'm on a diet, remember? Okay, let's see.
Well, the reason I used to love in Hua Hin when I went to go to Hua Hin. I always used to go to Joe's bar in Soy 94 for a full English in the morning. But I just wonder. I mean, obviously, Patti has got loads of places.
Nice,
yeah. Patti has got loads of places for a fry up. But where would you recommend him in Bangkok? Anybody know a good place for a fry up in Bangkok? A good traditional, bacon, eggs, places, sausages.
Loads. Any of those bars. Damon told me one the other day. Soy 8. There's a place down there. They do a fantastic breakfast. Naughty Boy says, "What's the Irish pub at the start of Soy Cowboy? Was my favourite." Irish pub at the start of Soy Cowboy. Oh, that was just before you go into Soy Cowboy, wasn't it?
Well, I think that's the one. The one now, isn't it? The Scruffy Murphy's, which is on the
Is it that one?
Yeah, it was the Queen Victoria. Now it's Scruffy Murphy's. I think that's the one. That's about the only Irish pub there.
Rusty Graves, Bobby's Arms. Yeah, Pat Pong, back of the car park, I believe. Was that it?
Yeah. Well, and just on Daniel, yeah, there will be some questions on Khao San Road. That's next week's quiz. We got that. So this week, because last week we were doing about Thailand, and people were saying they want a bit more Monga. What was it? Monga's questions. So this week we tried to do it about, you know, entertainment places, the bars, the pubs, about Nana and Cowboy and a few other places, and then definitely Khao San Road is. We've got quite a few questions on that on the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, blimey, Tom in Thailand, £30
in
for
some London cafes. Wow. Right, what's Weatherspoon is top hole. Not quite sure what that means, Rusty. They do have a Weatherspoons in Pattaya, but it's not connected to the chain of Weatherspoons here in the UK. Weatherspoons in Dublin has more microwaves than did
yeah, I can imagine microwave meals.
Tom in Toyland says delicious grub at the Therme Cafe. We've got a question later about that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Naughty boy Waterhole. Okay. Right. I'll let Simon answer this one.
Yeah. So the next instalment of the animation is on Saturday. So episode 8 is out Saturday. So hopefully you'll all enjoy that when it comes. Interesting turn of events.
Right. Let me. I know I put the currencies up earlier. Let me put them up again. I know that's the new cases. We don't want to talk about that anymore. So many banners here now. So yeah, if you've just joined the stream, if you haven't been in very long, the Thai baht seems to be taking a bit of a beating at the moment because, as I said earlier, a lot of foreign investors, they're taking out their Thai baht now because they were invested in Thai baht because it's a safe currency. But because of what's happening now, they're taking their Thai baht out and they're changing it to US dollars. They feel the US dollar is safer. And what's happening with that is supply and demand, isn't it? So, as you can see from the screen, especially like it's 45.66 to the pound now, and the dollar's 32.87. So whether that will go up further or down further, however you want to say it. Talking to somebody yesterday, they think it's going to be 50 baht to the pound by Christmas. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, well, I really don't know. I mean, you don't know which way is it going to go, do you? I mean, the whole world economy at the minute, I really don't know. I mean, I hear different people saying, there's going to be a huge stock market crash. There's going to put in the US. There's going to go, affect everywhere, and then Thailand's going to get, stronger again. So you just don't know. I mean, I really don't know about that.
Just going off topic a little bit, here in the UK now, I was talking to an estate agent yesterday because I've got a few houses that I rent out. They're only small, but bought them as investment years ago. I was talking about one of my houses, and he actually said the estate agent who I'd rent them through, he said that there's no houses. We haven't got anything to rent. There's nothing on the market around here at the moment to rent. And he says, when we get a house, he said, we can't publicly list it because we'll get 10 people phone up who want to do a viewing, and all 10 of them will say, yeah, we'll take the house. Really? So there's nothing for sale, and there's nothing to. I mean, don't come on and say, yeah, I found this one. Obviously, there might be the odd one, maybe the higher end bracket, but if you want around here, you want a regular 2-3 bedroom house to rent for your family, you just won't get it. There's nothing going at the moment. And one of the big, what do they call it? Not banks, the building societies, one of the big ones yesterday, it was on the news that house prices in the UK, they went up by 7.6, I think it was, this year. I mean, huge leap. So, housing is a real commodity in the UK now. I mean, there is a real big shortage.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I saw as well, just on the housing thing, I think was it Australia? They were saying that the house prices were increasing something like $900 a day. There was I saw something on BBC News last week. They were on about the Australian housing market. It was going crazy. So I don't know if you're in Australia. Did you have you heard that? I mean, as I say, it was something on the BBC News.
Another thing that's happening here, I know this is about Thailand, but I'm just telling you some of the things that are going on in the UK. They're having a big problem at the moment with a lot of people coming across the channel on dinghies. You know, I think several thousand have come across in the last few weeks because we've had a great couple of weeks weather-wise. The English Channel, which is normally real choppy in the winter, is absolutely smooth, or as smooth as the channel gets. And you know, people smugglers are actually advertising on social media, and we're just getting boats come across every day. And you know, you can't actually go into French waters and turn them back. You know, there's an invisible line along the coast. Our water's 12 miles out. Well, once they cross that line, they've got to be brought into the UK, and it's a disaster at the moment. What's going on? Absolute disaster.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I was just looking at Paul as well from Patty, who was saying worrying times. He went to 4 ATMs and they were all empty. It was funny. I don't know. I mean, that happened to me. Yeah, I mean, where I was the other day, the same thing here. I don't know if there's an issue with the ATMs or not, but I went to some and I couldn't get any money out, and they were empty. Maybe it's just that they can't get round to top them up. And the same, I went in 7-Eleven yesterday and half the shelves were empty. And I mean, this is the local one, so I think there must be obviously people getting affected by the curfew that's currently in place, because obviously they can't go out in the evening, so it's affecting deliveries and things like that. But it wasn't good.
We started to see that in the UK, because you know this NHS app that they've got, it pings you if you've been close to somebody who's got it, and you're supposed to go home and isolate for so many days. And what was happening, they were running out of lorry drivers, essential staff, and the supermarkets were starting to get low on food. Iceland, they've got empty shelves. You know, they said 1,000 staff or something. But the government have now stepped in and said, if you're an essential worker in the food industry, like you're a lorry driver or you're working in somewhere like Tesco's, then you know you don't need to self-isolate, but you need to get a test immediately. If you're clean, carry on, because it was starting to become a problem. There was something like I did hear the number, but all these people were isolated. They just because they got pinged. So I would imagine in Thailand they're having not the ping, but similar, where people aren't working, and so they're running out of things.
Yeah, no.
All right. Naughty Boy says 3-bedroom house rentals have gone up to £600 a week. It really depends where you are in the country. Where Simon comes from, I was looking at prices and they're a lot lower than around here. But actually, you'd struggle to get a 3-bedroom house around here for £600. You'd be looking more at £800 for a 3-bedroom house around here.
That's a month though, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm in Northamptonshire, so it's a great location because all the it's a good hub for a lot of businesses. You know, we've got Morrison's have a hub here. There's Weetabix are based here. There's lots of the roads are very good. You know, it's an hour to London, it's an hour to Harwich, it's an hour up to Birmingham. You know, so it's you know, if there's a lot of businesses coming here, then the housing will be in obviously in big demand.
Yeah, I think Naughty Boy was on about the ones in Australia, $600 a week in Australia. It was going crazy, but anyway. But there was just on another story that I think you've got some mention of this, haven't you? But Marky Mark was, the dead bodies laying on the Bangkok streets.
Let me get that one up, and then let me just get that story up.
So you know, that's a very sad news. A couple of days ago, that they're having problems collecting some of the people who have passed away. So there was quite a few people laying in the streets, and they were having delays coming to collect them. So, certainly not good. A lot of people obviously, know where to go, and I mean, it's sad. I don't know, not really much you can say, but not very nice.
Right. I've actually got a story about this as well. Jackson J says, guys, think Thailand will have as many EV cars as petrol cars in your lifetime. Seems many countries trying to become EV dormant. I don't know about
dominant.
Dominant. I don't know if it will happen in my lifetime. I have got a little story on that.
I was going to say there was another story on that as well. I was reading a couple of weeks ago where they are Bangkok. They're really trying to promote, electric vehicles here.
Well, there's a story I picked up today.
What's that?
It says expect 1 million electric vehicles on Thai roads by 2028. The number of electric vehicles in Thailand will surpass 1 million by the year 2028. How old will I be in the year God, I'll be 79 if I'm still alive.
It's only 7 years away.
17, and I'll still be flying to Pattaya, but I'll be full on white hair. I'll be limping down the road with, like, you know, I don't even want to think
but
about
I mean,
it.
the biggest thing they're starting to get electric vehicles here, and you're seeing some of the charging stations pop up. But I think that's the biggest thing that obviously everybody needs. It's the infrastructure, to have the charging points, and so if you do have the cars, at least you can charge up easily. But I saw one that they got these sort of, or the planning. I don't know when it's launching, but they're having these electric cars for rent, and they're having drop-off stations, so you can pick it up at one location, book your car, or just turn up, take the electric car, drive it around, and then drop it off at another charging station. So that'll be quite good. I mean, it's so yeah, and the tuk-tuks as well. They were looking at converting a load of those to electric and solar powered. So they're trying. I mean, it should be good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's really big in the UK now. In this town where I live, it's just a market town, but I've seen it in many, many towns, are these scooters, the electric scooters. So you go on an app, I think you pay a pound to unlock it, and then it's 20p a minute. They're so popular. They're all over. There must be 1,000 scooters hit. Not 1,000, that's too many. Maybe 200 or 300 maybe. But like, I'll walk up to the top of the street with my dog, and there'll be 3 or 4 of these scooters. They're orange. They're everywhere. And then you walk around the corner, there's another 3 or 4. So you just, you go on the app, you take it, electric scooter. They let the NHS workers use them free, but they're real dangerous actually. Because I was coming back at the back of my house, there's an alleyway. I was walking this way down the alleyway when there's another alleyway comes that way. So as you turn the corner, you can't actually see down that way until you've gone round. And I was with a dog, and I wasn't thinking. I just turned into the alleyway, and this idiot on a scooter on the footpath was coming, and they're fast. If I'd have been 2 seconds earlier, he would have hit me, and he would have damaged me. So when I get there now, I'm very cautious.
I think as well, I saw a really good documentary about one of the companies. I think it's Singapore or Indonesia. I think Go or something like that, where they have these electric motorbikes for people, and rather than charging them up, they have these battery drop off and collection zones all around the city. So these batteries just slot into your motorbike, and then you drive around, and then when they're running out, you just go up to the charging bank, take your batteries out, put them in there, and then take 2 new ones out and put them in your bike, so you don't have to wait while your bike's charging. I thought that was a really good idea, and I mean, if they end up doing that in Thailand, rolling out the same thing, I think that'd be great, because I think electric vehicles are the way to go. I was just looking at Tom's comment. Where was he? Tom in Thailand. He says, "I've got an electric car and it's awful." So why is it awful, Tom? I mean, I heard different people, like Bobby there. He said he's got a Tesla and he loves it.
Teslas are really popular in the UK. My neighbour's got one.
I mean, I thought, from what I haven't been in one yet, but I really do want to get in one, and I want to have an electric vehicle. So, I mean, what's your opinion? Do you think electric vehicles are good?
The only thing I don't like about them is you can't hear them coming. They're silent. I think they were brought out some law in America where they've got to have a sound on them now, like some kind of something, so that if you're blind, for instance, you don't step out onto the road and there's this electric car coming by running you over. But this electric cars in Bangkok, somebody asked about, will they have electric buses? I'm sure they will. If they go electric, they're going to have public transport, taxis, buses, that sort of thing. But I don't know if people are aware of it. But right now, they're actually going through a change period on the klongs, on the canals. All these boats that have diesel engines, they want to swap them over to electric because they're very polluting, aren't they? They've got these, these passenger boats going up and down the klongs, all these different klongs all day and all evening, and they're diesel. They give out a lot of pollution, so that they want to swap them over to electric as well. So I'm sure it will follow with buses and taxis. And Bangkok is really polluted. No, I actually wear a mask, not because of what's going on, but last time I was there, but because of the pollution. My throat always gets tickly. Not in Hua Hin, but probably not Pattaya, but Bangkok is the pollution's quite bad now.
Yeah, I think Bangkok will be the ideal place to try out some of these new electric vehicles and some of the schemes. But I hope they do. I mean, I think they'll be good.
And that backs up what I was saying about the electric scooters. That Black Bolt says lots of electrical scooter accidents recently in New York. Yeah, I mean, they're wearing headphones, they're listening to music, they're bumbling along, and somebody else is looking at text and they're walking, they're gonna be accidents, aren't there?
Yeah.
Right, 120 in the stream. We've been going for an hour. Let's just see what other stories are about. Anybody else remarking on anything? Clive Pankhurst, is it? So true, they are trying on the clong, but they need to extend to the buses. Yeah. Well, the taxis are actually gas, aren't they? They all have the gas. The problem when you come off the plane, try and fit your suitcase. They've got a gas tank in the back of the boot or the trunk, as the Americans would say. MP, when the scooters die, the riders leave them right there, middle of the way they walk. Yeah, I don't know. Around here, they seem to sort of just get off them. They don't. You don't see them throw. I was surprised actually because I thought people would pick them up and throw them into rivers. This is England, isn't it? You know what it's like.
I think there was actually a story. I don't know if MP is referring to that, but there was a story, and I think that was in the UK about exactly that. There was an old gentleman on a mobility scooter, and an old guy, or I don't want to, and someone had chucked their e-scooter in the middle of the path, and he had to get off and try to move it, and he fell over, broke his hip, and then I think later on, because of that, in hospital, I think he died or passed away. But so yeah, I mean, this is the third thing, and then also I think the UK, they were saying that they need to be regulated the same as vehicles. So I think there's still a lot of regulation and everything that people have got to finalize all these e-scooters and everything, because there's
Let me just show this comment from Robert Gilbert. Hang on. He says, let's talk about bars and bar girls. Are bars going to be around when this is all over, hopefully, or is the industry going to die due to what's going on at the moment? Right. Let's give an opinion, both of us, and then we'll ask everybody else. Do you think it's still going to be the same after it's all over? Places like Pattaya and Nana and those sort of places.
Yeah, I think
you can do the honors, Simon.
Yeah, I think once everything's over, once everyone starts getting back to normal and travel, of course, it's going to bounce back to where it was before, and probably even better than it was, because obviously everybody's been, not at work. People have been, struggling, and once it all goes back to normal, I think there'll be a huge surge of new people coming into Bangkok, into Pattaya, new bar owners, people with lots of money are going to come by and snap up all the bars and open brand new ones. And I think it's going to be, very vibrant again once it starts up, because, at the end of the day, Thailand relies on tourism, and that's what Thailand's famous for. It's famous for the entertainment business. It's famous for the beaches, the hotels. So, yeah, it's going to bounce back for sure. No doubt. That's my opinion anyway. I mean, go back to people aren't just going to give up and say, oh no, I'm going to not go, not going to open a bar. The old owners might, I feel sorry for the old bosses, because obviously they've got to try to maintain their rent and the premises during this tough period. But, Cowboy, Nana, Pattaya, they're all going to come back to life and be, twice as good when it all comes back to normal.
So
what my opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said the Thais are very resilient. I mean, if people go there and they want to spend money in bars, then there'll be bars. So it might look different. You might walk down Soy Cowboy and you remember this bar and that bar with the names, and they're all different. Some of them are different. Some of them are the same. I agree with you. I think it will bounce back. What I'm hoping is the people who run those bars don't take us for granted. That there was always someone leaving, but there was always somebody to replace them on the aircraft. So they always had foreigners who were spending money in these places. And I tend to think some of the bars, not all the bars, but some of the bars, kind of more of the rip-off bars. I hope it kind of sinks in that they shouldn't really take it for granted. I was telling somebody that story about you and me when we went to that bar in Soy Cowboy. Every other bar was packed, but this one was empty, but we still had a drink, and they tried to rip us off. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
And you told them in Thai, look, it's Saturday, all the go-go bars are full, you're empty, and you don't know why. You've got your only 2 customers here, and you've just tried to rip us off, and we left. Do you remember?
Well, that's it. Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, this is the thing. I think, yeah, exactly. There's those people who used to do that, and I think some of the older bar owners that used to have 4 or 5 places, at this period they've chose to give those places up. They're like, well, okay, we've had enough. We've owned the bars for 20 years or whatever, and now's the time we're going to sell it and move on. And I think, you know, some of the older owners have decided to give up. I mean, I know a couple of owners who they're not going to reopen. They're just going to sell on their leases and give up. But you know,
what do you think about that comment on screen there?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's going to be a huge influx. Obviously, Thailand and China have got this working relationship, and Thailand wants to promote, obviously, Thailand for Chinese tourists. So yeah, I think there's going to be
they have a special relationship, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's right.
A couple of people saying this. Welsh Lloyd, my prices never go up. Well, I look great in it. Okay. Now I was looking at this one actually, mate. I got confused. Hang on. Right, so a lot of people have actually said that to me. Once major tourist flow comes back to Thailand, again from US, Asia, etc., in a big way. Yeah, people just tend to be thinking that they're going to increase prices greatly because they've lost all this money, and that does tend to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just on your comment there, Alvin. Yeah, I agree with Alvin. You know, we aren't talking about now. You know, the question was just when. You know, in whether it's in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, when Thailand finally gets back to normal, will it bounce back? And I think it will then, but definitely not now. I mean, as Alvin said, you know, there's no international travel there's no domestic travel. It's going to be a long time before, you know, Thailand gets back to normal for sure. But when it does in 2-3 years time, it'll recover. But yeah, it's a long way away yet, Alvin. I agree with you.
I just high five there, that comment you put, the Chinese don't spend so much money in the bars. Yeah, they don't. They're not really. You know, they'll all go out to have a dinner, won't they? And then they do whatever they do. They're not big spenders of bars. But where the money comes in from the Chinese is they invest heavily in property. And, you know, they'll go into a place like Pattaya and buy up the beachfront, everything that's available, or if it's available. But a lot of money will come into the country. There's a lot of money coming to the UK from China. The swaths of London that are empty, especially these big luxury apartment buildings. No one living in them. The county council can't get the London Borough Council can't get their council tax because nobody's living in them, and they're all investment properties by Chinese, Russians, not just.
I tell you, just on the other side though, in regarding High Five's comment there, I would actually, some of the thing about that I would disagree, because I mean, I know a lot of my suppliers are Chinese and they come to Thailand and they have got a lot of money. I mean, the guys who come, if you have the package tours, maybe not, but what I see is when the Chinese go to places like Phuket, for example, the street vendors have two menus. They have one for the normal tourist, where a beer is 90 baht or 120 baht, and then when they see Chinese tourists coming, they'll bring out another menu that's got 300 baht, and they rip them off. But big time. But a lot of the Chinese who come, they don't go to the typical Nana-Plaza, Pat Pong. They like
the karaoke, don't they? These sort of places.
Well, and they've got certain areas that are just for the Chinese tourists, and they'll go in these bars and they're spending a lot of money. They're spending far more than they would in a normal little karaoke bar in Nana-Plaza. They're opening bottles of Hennessy and whiskies, and they've got entertainment there. They spend a lot of money, but it's behind closed doors and not maybe where you'd see them out in the public.
Are you able to answer that one on screen at the moment?
What's that? But Thailand has rules that limit for. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, yeah, as a foreigner, you can't own property here. You can only own 49% of anything, and you can't own land. So yeah, there is. Definitely.
But wasn't there a special rule for the Chinese because they got this special relationship? I know, like normally as a foreigner, you can only own 49% of a house on the ground, a house, not an apartment, a house. But I thought they'd made some special rules for the Chinese because they have this special relationship, like we have with America.
Still doesn't, they, of course, they can buy condos, and a lot of the Chinese do buy condos, and not only Chinese, but many nationalities. But as far as land goes, then it's still the same rules, but they do have special rates for tax and things. But yeah, I mean, Chinese and any nationality, you can own a condo, 100%, but you just can't own land. You know, you can't own. And in a condo building, you know, if there's 100 condos, only 49 can be owned by, you know, non-Thai. So they always have to have that 51%. But yeah, I mean, Chinese. I know a guy that's all he does. He sells condominiums to you know, Chinese, and he's selling some very high end condos. And I mean, they're spending a lot of money, and you know, yeah.
What do you
I
think?
mean, they got a lot of money.
What do you think of that comment on screen? I'll tell you my opinion after yours.
What's that? Long haul travel.
Long haul travel will never recover. Thailand will target nearby Asian countries, mainly China, South Korea, and Japan.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to be difficult for sure.
I don't necessarily agree with it. I agree with the point that they might not target the West so much because, you know, it's easier. You know, the Korea. You know, when I was last time I was in Pattaya. You know, you walk past a bar and the girls don't even look at you. But if you're Korean, they jump out at them. But I think foreigners will always go, like from the UK, America, those sort of places. They'll always go to Thailand. They won't be put off because it's so unique. You know, places like Pattaya, it's so unique. Where else can you go like a town like Pattaya? And although the Thais might not focus on us to bring us there, if that makes sense, I'm sure there'll always be a lot of people who want to get back there, like I do.
Yeah. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, there will be. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know what that one on screen that Marky Mark says? He says the Chinese love the Chinese tourists because of the 4-4-4 rule. Do you know what? Oh, he's put it up already. 4 inches, 4 minutes, 4,000 baht.
That
funny. Was in a story. That was in one of the stories I read out. There's in Therme. That's what the girls. Anyway, right. Right.
Yeah, some funny comments there, but yeah.
Well, Simon does own a condo, you own a house, don't you? Because you've got.
Yeah.
Is that because you're married to a Thai, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they say it exactly. I mean, you know,
how's it going with your application for a Thai citizenship?
Yeah, it's still in progress. I mean,
nothing happened.
Well, you have to submitted all the paperwork and everything, so now just have to wait, and then they do the deadline. I think is September, and then after that they then do the announcement before the end of the year, and then you'll know. Yeah.
But, you see what Welsh Lloyd will have to do a stopover in Japan then before going to Thailand. I went to Vegas a couple of times when I was in Bangkok. We had to stop over in Tokyo before going on to California. That was a real long flight.
That's quite an experience. I don't know. Again, just on Black Bolt, Cambodia. I mean, yeah, if you ever do get a chance to go to the Cambodian border, I mean, I went there before everything started locking down, obviously, and right at the border, you got the casinos there, and you just go across, sort of like like a middle zone. So you go out of Thailand into Cambodia, but not like right into Cambodia, and all the casinos are there. But there's a lot of obviously Chinese there, and hell of a lot of Thais. And I mean, they're playing some serious money, and I'm sure it's not as organized as Vegas, but it's quite interesting to go there and have a look at the border.
Let me just read this one out now. It's High Five says the bar girls love the Koreans and the Japanese. Have you noticed a lot of them make up in geisha style? Well, that's been happening for a few years now. There is a bar in Nana. It's one of the I forgot the name of the school. The bar. As you walk into Nana, right in the far is it not classroom? God, my memory. Anyway, you walk into Nana and the Rainbow. That's it. The Rainbow bar right in the corner. If you go in there, you'll see most of the girls in there. They try to make themselves look almost Japanese, and some of them do. You know, they have the short hair and the specialized makeup, and they dress kind of Japanese, girly. And you go in there, and it's just full of Japanese and Korean. So that's been happening for quite a while. And there is one soy in Patpong that is it's full of Japanese karaoke clubs, that sort of thing. And if you try to go in there, they won't let you in there because you're not. You know, if you're white, they just won't let you. Can walk down the street, but you won't get into any of them places.
No, that's right. Like you say, there's a couple of soys in, well, not just quite a few clubs in Bangkok that they won't let any other nationality in, unless you're Japanese and stuff like that.
I can understand why I mean, there's two sides to every story, and I can understand why the girls like the Japanese and the Koreans. For one, they're similar, aren't they? It's like us and the French and the Germans. We look pretty similar, and they are big spenders. I mean, if they, without going into too much sordid detail, I mean, if they hook up with a girl, let's say like that, they're not going to leave her 1,000 baht, are they? They're going to give her 3,000-4,000, and they're going to look after her. And so you can kind of understand the girl's perspective on it, can't you? And they, like you said, they don't go in and buy a bottle of Heineken. They'll buy a bottle of Remy Martin or a bottle of Black Label, and that gets noticed in Thailand, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I think we better crack on and do the second half of this quiz, and then we can have a chat again like this afterwards.
I was just going to mention that before we went on, the trend ticker. Did you see that? Do you know any of the expats who were arrested at the Bamboo Bar? But no, I don't. But that was in.
I have got a story on that. Let me just.
It was in Pattaya, or Chonburi rather.
Well, it was Nana-Plaza. There was a bar. There was a place in Nana-Plaza, North Pattaya, and that's it was kind of like a beach bar / club, and it was open every night as normal. And the rumor was that they had special permission because they knew people. The police, they advertised, people were putting their pictures up on social media. The police seen it. They went in, they raided it. Let me just.
Well, thing is, it's because of the they got the emergency decree. It's we are meant to be in lockdown in maximum control zones, and they're in a deep red zone. So I mean, they weren't meant to have gatherings. So they raided it and arrested them for breaking the emergency decree. So that's why they arrested.
It's there, look, on the 78 Thai and foreign tourists were arrested for violence. Yeah, what you've just said. But the thing is, they'd been doing it for weeks, and of course, people started uploading it on social media because they thought that they're allowed to do it. They got special permission, but they got arrested. Okay. God, my condo overlooks a Bamboo Bar. It was packed every night. Were you in there, Paul? Not the night you were arrested, I suppose. Okay.
So interesting. But there's a lot of places that are still opening despite the red zones and all the rest of it. So they are cracking down on places. So there's a lot of people.
And there's still a few more interesting stories here, but I'll save them for after the quiz because we've only got about 35 minutes left now.
All right. So if you're all ready, then are we carrying on with the quiz? We've got a few more questions for you. Just to test your brains for the last half an hour. So here we go. So keeping it on the Irish public. So do you want me to start or you want to start?
No, you can start. It's fine. Don't matter.
Right. So what is the name of the Irish pub in Pat Pong? So if you've been there, the big Irish bar on the corner of Surawong. Is it Shenanigans, Delaney's, Harrahan's, or O'Reilly's?
Yeah, but that's kind of a bit of a trick question, isn't it? Because there's one that we meet up, and it's not the one any of these, is it? Next to the. It's not the one next to the Foodland, is it?
No,
that's an Irish. That's an Irish bar because we meet up there.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, that's in Pat Pong. So this is the Irish pub. So anyway, out of these four.
All right. Yeah, I didn't. All right. What was the name of the Irish pub in Pat Pong? I don't actually know this one. I should do, I suppose, but
it's been there few years now. It's nice. I mean, it's a big one on the corner, opposite Surawong, or on Surawong rather.
Right.
So put you out of your misery. It is Shenanigans. So it's the big one on the corner.
Darren Drew got that. Jackson J got that. I've got to be careful because I might be giving from the. I'm saying somebody got it right. Could be from the last lot of questions. Darren Drew, Naughty Boy. No, it wasn't D.
O'Reilly's used to. They used to have one called Delaney's. Used to be in Soy Convent, and then O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's used to be on Ceylon, and Hanrahan's is in Soy 4. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I don't know a lot of them is because when I fly to Thailand, I don't fly 6,000 miles to sit in an English or Irish pub. I mean, I might drop in occasionally for a decent roast or a a full English, you know. But if I'm going out drinking, I don't want to go to an Irish pub or an English bar.
Well, no, but if you, on the other hand, though, if you're an expat and you live in Thailand and you live in Bangkok, then these are all the sort of places that expats hang out in. So, you know, it's good to meet people.
Yeah, when I lived in on Sukhumvit, when I lived there permanently, I mean, I used to go to the Old Vic and places like that, and the great steakhouse they had, Beottle, remember that place? Down on, I can't remember what store it was, 33 around there somewhere. Great steak, but I'm talking more about just going there for a couple of weeks. You know, I don't want to go to an Irish pub or an English bar. But anyway, go on then. Is it my turn?
Your turn, yeah. Talking about English pubs.
Yeah. What was the name of the English pub hidden on the second floor of the car park in Patpong 2, famous in the 80s and 90s? Well, this has come up already today on the conversation. So if you've got a good memory, you'll know what it is. Is it A, the Bull's Head, B, Bobby's Arms, C, the Londoner, or D, the Office? drum roll. Let's see how many people get this one. I think a few people will get this one.
Way before Robin, the Chosen One's time, the Monger's Arms.
Yeah. Okay. No,
he was actually, I mean, the guy was at one point a multi-millionaire. But anyway.
Yeah. What happened to him? Where did he?
I think he passed away, but it used to be used to go up the ramp right at the back of the car park, and then up the rickety old stairs. But
yeah.
So
Clive,
put you out your misery.
A lot of people getting this one now. Yeah, it was Rusty Graves has got it. It was Bobby's Arms, RM, Tony Foley, is it? Foley, Darren Drew, and so well done to you guys. Okay,
next question. Which hotel is Spasso's pub located? So Spasso's. Is it at the Grand Hyatt Erawan, the Novotel, the Peninsula, or the Marriott? And if you've never been there, it's worth a trip to Spasso's. It's quite a good place.
This is the one we were talking about yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's good. They have a really good band in there. When I was there, they had Kool and the Gang. They were playing there, and you get a lot of high-end ladies working there. But yeah.
Or roughly translated, expensive.
Well, yeah. Which hotel is Spasso's pub located?
Okay, how many? Let me just see how many is getting
was located. Might have gone now, but yeah.
Rothmans, yes, you're right. Robin, the Chosen One, you're right. And it is the Grand Hyatt Erawan.
Yeah, used to be a nice place, but okay.
I'm pretty sure the Hyatt Hotel hasn't closed down, has it? Right. Where was Climax Disco located? I think I'll give him a little bit of a clue on this because it's a big place, Bangkok, isn't it? All right, there you go. There's your clues. Right, where was Climax Disco located? The Novotel, the Ambassador Hotel, Nana Hotel, and the Emerald Hotel. That's been closed down for a few years now, Simon, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. They keep changing. I mean, they're all in the same area. I mean, it's like if you go out in Bangkok at all, they always used to have the late nightclub. So it used to be the Nana Hotel, which I think changed to Liquid, and then it was Climax and Insanity and a Mix Club, and then they changed. I think it's Sugar now and something else, but normally the same locations, just keep changing their names. Yeah, but Insanity's moved. That's gone somewhere else. But
yeah, okay. So Hey Kid, it's Dad's got it. Mr. Superstar's got it. Dirty Barry's got it. I don't think I've missed anywhere else. It was the Ambassador Hotel. It was around the back, wasn't it?
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Do you remember the old? I mean, it's such a dated word now, disco. But do you remember the disco in the Nana Hotel?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's it.
All night, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that changed to Liquid. But yeah, I mean, but that was it. It was always
that was a classic place to
go, wasn't it?
We'd all end up there, wouldn't we? I mean, you're talking 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago, right?
Okay. Next question then. What is the name of the Japanese entertainment soi between Silom and Surawong Road? So this is one of those places, again, that we were mentioning earlier. If you do go there, they won't let you go into their bars because it's strictly for Japanese people only. But what is the name of the Japanese entertainment soi between Silom and Surawong? Is it Soi Sansabai, Soi Cowboy, Soi Tania, or Soi Convent?
Can I do a 50-50? Because I think I'm pretty sure which two it's not.
Yeah. Which one do you think is not then?
I'm going to call a friend. Right. Okay.
KTV Road. Yeah, a lot of people are getting this. So yeah, it is of course Soy Tania.
Is it?
Yeah,
How do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that?
Tania.
Tania.
And you got Nana-Plaza on the top. So it used to be Hooters and all that was there, and then yeah, you get all the Japanese karaoke and lady bars down there.
So if you stood outside Hooters and you're looking directly into Hooters, was it on the right, that soy there, or on the left?
Well, if you're standing at Hooters, yeah, it's on your left there. That soy.
You're looking into Hooters from the main road. It's on your left.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on. Right. What nickname was given to the bar soy under the flyover near Sukhumvit Soy 2? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know what the nickname was. So it's a bit confusing, that question. So basically, when you come out of Nana, you turn left. There's a highway, isn't it? A flyover, and they had a bunch of bars underneath there. They were around for a year or so, and then they all closed down. What was the name of that bar complex?
Yeah.
So you've got Soy Zero, Soy Supper, Soy Sunset, Sin City. That was a bit lame, D, wasn't it?
Sin City, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Bangkok.
Okay, somebody's got it right already.
Yeah. Okay. So the answer is soy.
Yeah, everyone's getting this. Soy Zero, and I remember going there. It was a bit of a how can you describe it? It was a bit rough around the edges, wasn't it? But I used to like places like that. Yeah, they cleared it all away. There's do you remember the White House? They had that. I can't remember what soy it was on, but it was a cluster of bars. They had the biggest go-go bar was white, and they called it the White House. They designed it to look like the White House. Do you remember that, Simon, or not?
Not sure. Was it? I mean, there was a White House down Soy 11.
Was it 11? That sounds about the right location. Yeah.
Well, that was a place called the White House, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all right. So next question, where was Bourbon Street originally located?
Is it Bourbon Street or Bourbon Street?
Bourbon Street, Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I remember this one.
The one that does all the
Chris.
The ones that does the what do you call it? Cajun food, is it? But anyway, is it Ceylon, Khao San Road, Siam Square, or Washington Square? Where was it? Not where is it now? Where was it?
Yeah, you wouldn't find it now.
It's still there, but in a different location now.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this comment up that Franco's put. YouTube's hidden it for some reason. So, what you're saying there, Franco? Oh, I accidentally deleted it. Sorry. Write it again, Franco, and I'll put it up for everyone to see. I went to approve it. I accidentally deleted it, but I'll look out for it if you write it again. Right. Where was Bourbon Street originally located? Right. Okay. Anyway, let's have a look who's getting this one. It wasn't Carlson Road. Oh,
I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
It was in the old Washington Square before they demolished it.
Yeah. Okay.
Your turn.
Is it your turn, isn't it?
Your turn.
What was the name of the entertaining column in the Bangkok Post written by Bernard Trink? I don't know if you remember Bernard Trink in the 90s. He was this is all pre-internet. You got this paper every week and you see what Bernard Trink was writing.
Used to be really popular. I always remember reading that, you know.
Has he passed away now, or I don't know? I suppose he must have done. He was pretty old then, wasn't he? Back in the 90s, he must have been. Yeah, he must have been knocking on 55, 58 back then.
But yeah, he used to have all in there, all the information. You know, who was having a birthday party, where all the balloon chasers could head for.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just put that comment up that Nick's put. He's put it back up in a cleaner way. Look that. So. He's saying, soy supper, can you eat off a naked Thai girl? I don't know. Do you know anywhere like that, Simon?
Yeah, there's quite a few places, Nick.
Really?
Yeah, there's a place called Galaxy, no hands. But yeah, basically the girls lay down and then they put the food on the girls.
Oh, they let it cool down before they cover them in food.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd want to eat off a girl. There you go. All right. So let me just see how many's getting this right. So Clive, yeah, you've got it, mate. Tony, keep getting stumbled on your name. Foley, Tim Foley, you got it right. Nah, you got it right. Okay.
So yeah, the answer was
Rusty,
Night Owl.
Yeah, and Rusty Gray said, yeah, Trinky has gone. Okay, a different era, I suppose. I suppose looking back on it, my age, I suppose I was part of that era more so than I am now. Do you feel like that, or you still feel you kind of?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, as we're all getting older, innit? But I mean, I'm not as old as you, so it's like, you know.
I remember when I first met you in the Novotel. I think it must have been. God, you look like a kid. Was it David Pang or Richard Pang, the guy from Singapore? William Pang. And he said, "Oh, that's Simon over there. You're in the coffee shop eating with someone." And I looked up and I thought, it's just a kid. You must have been about, what, 21 or something? I don't know. I've known you 30 years, haven't I?
1990, something like that. Blimey. Long time ago.
It would have just after that, because I know where I was in 1990. Would have been about 91, actually, yeah. So you would have been, you're 50, what now?
51. Yeah, I was 21.
Oh, you're 21. You were. That's why I thought.
I know.
Yeah. And I was an ancient 31.
Yeah.
Right. Is it my turn now? I forgot. I've gone off subject.
Yeah. I can't remember now. Go on then.
Right. What is the name of the hotel where the famous Therme bar is located? So you know you've got Therme. You walk down the steps, haven't you? So above it, there's a hotel. What's the name of that hotel? Is it the Bangkok Palace, the Mercure Hotel, the Rumchit? I can't pronounce that. Oh, the Nana Hotel. How do you pronounce it, Simon? Rumachit?
Rumchit.
Yeah.
Like yeah. The Rumchit Plaza.
Okay. Most people are getting this right. So, yeah, Robin the Chosen One. Hey, kid, it's Dad. Mr. Superstar. Roy Gold. Jackson C. Yeah, you all got it right. It's C. It was kind of a giveaway because the other ones, the names weren't really too Thai, were they?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Definitely wasn't the Mercure Hotel.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay, which of these is a famous Bangkok jazz club?
Haven't got a clue.
It's really good. You got Bangkok Blues, Ronnie Black's, The Junction, or Saxophone. If you've never been there, it's really good. You should go there.
I'll be surprised if anybody gets this because it's.
I don't know. It's quite famous, you know. But anyway, maybe let's see. It's quite a famous pub. They have some really good musicians in there and great food. But yeah,
There's supposed to be a Mongol quiz, wasn't it?
Tom in Thailand. Jazz. J-A. So yeah, got a few. Victory Monument, yeah. Well, it's near there. It's not the name, but yeah. A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is, of course, saxophone. Very famous. If you get a chance to go there, go visit it. Anyway.
Right, is it yours or mine?
Yours.
Right, which hotel's bar was featured in the Hangover movie? That's an easy one, isn't it?
Everyone should get this, I think. The Monty and Riverside, Labua State Tower, Sheraton, or the Hilton. Have you seen the Hangover movie?
It wasn't my sort of movie, but when people were mentioning that was in it, I got it up on one of the apps, and I basically went really fast through it just to see that scene, but I didn't watch it.
I was a bit disappointed, really, because I thought, you know, it's like when they said they were going to be doing it in Bangkok or Thailand, I thought, wow, yeah, that's perfect. You know, so much you could do with the story and all that, but then a lot of it was outside of Bangkok and never really. I thought, yeah, it was good, I was a bit disappointed.
What was the one that they filmed in the Tilak bar?
Yeah, it's the same one, the Hangover movie. They were in there for a little bit, and then you can go to a website. They got a website that tells you all the locations they were in, But yeah, they
put
were
the right answer up then.
they're gone in. So okay, for those of you that don't know, yeah, Labua State Tower.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Okay, again, maybe you'll know it. What is the name of the famous bar at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel? So I think it opened in around 1954, this bar. But Brown Sugar, Maggie Chews, Rivers, or the Bamboo Bar?
Very colonial.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting piece of history if you do some, if you read about the Oriental Hotel and all that. It's quite interesting. So I'll put you out of your misery already, shall I?
Someone's got it. No, oh no, he hasn't. No, naughty boy, it's not B. Okay, yeah, tell us what it is. I just can't imagine these guys going for a drink in the Oriental Hotel. It's different scene to Nana, isn't it? Yeah, Bamboo Bar. Okay, Jackson got it, and Robin the Chosen One got it. Right, which bar entrance is hidden inside a secret phone booth? That's quite a recent, I say recent couple of years, isn't it? This place.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, I know everybody. We talk about the go-go bars and this, but there's actually some really cool, funky bars in Bangkok, and they've been designed by some quite famous architects and designers. But you got a lot of these hidden bars now. I mean, you'll go. There's a tour you can do of like the top 10 hidden bars in Bangkok, and some of them you'll go down a little alleyway and there'll be like a little illuminated plaque on the wall, and then you go through a hidden door and all this. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
I suppose at the end of the day, it depends what you're looking for in your night out, isn't it? If you just want to, if you want to sit in a real posh bar and drink champagne, then yeah, that will appeal to some people. This one I haven't been to, the phone booth bar you're talking about there, but
it's good. You go down there and go on.
No, I was going to say a lot of guys who go on vacation, not everybody, but a lot of them, they want that entertainment, don't they? If you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's quite a few bars now sort of taking that theme of like the speakeasies, the old like Maggie Chews. You got the quite a few of these little hidden cocktail bars that are sort of doing the theme of like the 1920s style, which is quite good. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, to put people out of their misery, yeah, it is Havana Social.
I have heard of it with the telephone box and stuff, but I haven't actually been there, and I didn't know the name of it. You've been there, have you?
Yeah, it's quite good. You go there and there's an alleyway and a wall with graffiti on and a phone booth, and then you call ahead and get the code, and then you just type the code into the telephone number to the telephone box, and then the wall, the door opens and you can go into the club. But yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, but when you say it's quite good though, but what?
It's just a nice bar. Good, I mean, well, it's always packed. You get a lot of expats, a lot of Thais go in there. It's just packed. I mean, it's they have some funky sort of lounge music, cocktails, beers. It's about the same price as a hotel bar, but it's just a nice sort of Cuban themed bar. It's just an alternative to go to, if you don't want to go to the red light districts. Okay.
Right, I think this is the last question. I think this is the last question. So it's Hemingway's was a famous theme pub in Sukhumvit. Where is the new Bangkok location?
Yeah, and this is not the one in Pattaya, because Pattaya has also got a Hemingway's, which is in the old Irish pub place. But yeah, Hemingway's in Bangkok. It used to be in Nera Sok, in that soy next to the Black Swan. But now they've moved it to the new location. So where's the new location in Bangkok? Mm-hmm. Where was the new? I think they're closed at the moment. But
what's the choices then? You're going to give us the choices?
Yeah. So soy 22, soy 33, soy 11, or soy 55?
little bit off topic, but yes, Rusty Graves, I remember that.
Yeah, so I'll put people out. Yeah, Soy 11. Yeah, I was then going to talk about that. Yeah, about Rusty's comment. Yeah, do you remember them bought the bars between Soy 5 and 7? You used to go down that little alleyway, and it was
hot and sweaty, and they had a load of internet
Country
cafes
Road.
and
yeah,
hair girls getting their hair done down there.
Yeah, but Country Road, I remember that used to be down there. And do you remember we went and looked for it one day, and it had all gone. It's all been demolished.
yeah. Where Country Road?
Well, in that alleyway, those bars in the alleyway, we used to go have a drink, and I'm sure it was with you. We went looking for it, and they, demolished them all.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so still got a few interesting stories that I wanted to tell people about before we sort of finish off.
Well, this was the last question.
I thought that was the last one. We've got another one, have we?
Well, this is the last one, yeah. So.
Oh, okay. I thought I misread it. Sorry. Whose turn is it? Mine?
Or yours? I can't remember now.
Doesn't matter. All right, I'll read it out. Which of these is not a Thai brand of alcohol? Right, people. Thai alcohol, not a brand of Thai alcohol. Okay, so let's see how many get this one.
I think I've drunk all of these.
But one of them isn't a Thai brand, you're saying? I think. Yeah.
One of them is wrong. Yeah. So you got Mekong, Hong Tong, Blend, 280, and Sang Som. If you know your Thai whiskey or your Thai drink, this will test the people who know the Thai whiskies at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I've never really got on with Thai whiskey. I find it, well, it might be different now, but in the old days, it used to be very almost syrupy. Added consistency, a slightly thicker, sugary consistency.
Yeah, quite a lot of people getting the right answer.
Okay.
Most people are getting the right answer. So yeah, if you know your whiskies, I mean, Mekong is great whiskey. Well, these are all in 7-Eleven. Mekong, Hong Tong, Sang Som, and it's actually Blend 285 is the real name. So that's just a bit of a trick one to finish off. So test who knows the Thai whiskey.
Yeah, I remember about 96, 97. Because I would have to buy a bottle of Black Label if I wanted whiskey at home to keep at home, and it was always very expensive. And like I said, I couldn't drink the Thai whiskies. And then they brought out Black Cat whiskey. Do you remember Black Cat? And that was pretty good. That was like a standard UK or Scottish whiskey. Do you remember Black Cat, Simon?
Black Cat.
I can hear music.
Yeah, I was just trying to get rid of the music. Yeah, I can't remember Black Cat, but yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But Blend 285 is probably really popular now. That's what a lot of people drink.
Yeah. Well, Black Cat was the first of the kind of regular whiskies that came out, because they always, like I say, they always had Black Label whiskey, or you had one if you wanted to go cheap, it was Thai whiskey. There was no in between, and then they brought out Black Cat, and that was like a standard whiskey in the UK. Now it costs about 14 quid a bottle. Right? Can I? Because we haven't got long. I've got a couple of interesting stories. One I'm going to ask you about, but I'm going to just put this up and tell you a little bit about this, because this is a fascinating story that I read yesterday, I believe it was. So it says it's the only Westerner to ever escape from a notorious Thai prison has revealed that an umbrella was his key to success. David McMillan, who was born in London, had a 40-year career as a drug smuggler. So this is, as it says, the only Westerner who actually escaped, proper escape from a Thai prison. It wasn't any Thai prison. It was the Bangkok Hilton, the famous one. And he had to climb over something like 8 walls to get out. It was a real daring escape. But he puts a lot of his escape down to he worked in an umbrella, and one of his master plan was, he thought, if I get outside the wall, if I do make it outside, because he's a foreigner, nobody's going to be looking for an escaped prisoner with an umbrella. What a great idea, isn't it? So, if you're a cop and you're looking for this guy roaming around the city, and you see somebody walking with an umbrella, you're going to think, well, it's not him, he's got an umbrella. But the guy actually, apparently he's got a book out. I mean, I'm not promoting him because I'm getting royalties from his book. I just thought it was a really interesting story, because I didn't know anybody had ever escaped from a Thai prison, especially the notorious Bangkok Hilton. And the article I read said he actually he had a couple of hacksaw blades smuggled in somehow. I forget how he said he had them smuggled in, but he said because this prison so overpopulated, there's always someone around. He had to do the cutting at night, but what surprised him was because it's such a noisy environment. And when he had to cut the bars at night, okay, there wasn't hardly anybody about, but he had to do it real slowly and real carefully because of the noise factor.
Jeez.
He eventually got through the bars of his wherever he's locked up. I don't think they're in single cells or in, well, that's a good point because they're normally all in together. I wonder how he did that. Anyway, he got out of his cell or wherever he was locked up. He made a makeshift ladder from some bamboo, and he had these hooks on it so he could pull it up after him. And as I say, he scaled 8 walls. He got out, got this umbrella, and he did make it to. He crossed over one of the land borders. I forget which one. It might have been Cambodia, but he did make it back to the UK. And then the final part of the story was the Thai government were trying to get him back to Thailand, and so he had that worry. And then in the end, the Thai government sort of dropped it and said, "Look, just don't come back," sort of thing. So I thought that was a very interesting story. Did you hear about that?
No, I hadn't heard about that, but that'll make a good. I'm sure that'll make a good movie.
Well, there's a good movie there. Tom and Toyland. What about the Nicole Kidman in the '80s movie? I recently watched that. Although it's an older movie from the '80s, I recently watched it. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Simon?
I did a long time ago. I can't remember. Oh, well, I can remember the story plot, but yeah, I haven't watched it for a long time ago. But then I watched that other one. What was the one about the kickboxer who was in the Bangkok prison? Have you seen that film? That's a good film. Thai movie about the kickboxer.
Yeah, I know the film you're talking about. It's called A Prayer Before Dawn.
That's it. That's the one. I was looking for the name. Yeah, Prayer Before Dawn. Yeah, good
film. Just reading Poppycorn. He says, because recently one of the Thai athletes has won a gold medal. I think it's Taekwondo. And Poppycorn. No, hang on. They're moving a bit fast now. Hang on. He says, "What did she win the gold medal for? Was it Connect 4?"
But yeah,
there is actually. I have actually got that story here somewhere.
But yeah, there are some good movies about Thailand. There's I think what the other one was Return to Paradise. That's a good movie. Obviously, what was
that one we watched recently? Absolute rubbish. The guy was a hitman.
Oh, that was called One Night in Bangkok. Terrible movie.
Absolute rubbish. I got about half an hour through it. I thought, what a load of nonsense. Just left it. And there was another. Do you remember the one with Nicolas Cage in it?
I think that was also
Dangerous.
Yeah, but Bangkok Dangerous. That wasn't too bad, but
it wasn't too bad, but a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this lady here, it was the Taekwondo champion, Panipak. I'm not going to pronounce that. She struck gold for Thailand at the 2020 Japan Olympics. England's done very, very well at the moment. They're winning a lot of medals: gold, silver, bronze. I don't know. Totally. Right. I'll put this up, and then I don't know if you've read anything about this story. We touched on this a few weeks ago, but apparently it's getting serious now. Food Panda, Thailand has seen over 2 million users and 90,000 merchants quit its platform after the company said it would fire a rider who participated in the country's pro-democracy movement.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got a lot of flack for it because obviously there was one of the Thai Thai people. They were demonstrating, and they got put on YouTube or on the TV, and they were seen as having Food Panda box on their bike or uniform, and so Food Panda said that they were going to fire him. But then obviously everybody blew up on social media saying, "Well, you can't fire him for his freedom of speech. He can say what he wants. You can't hold that against him." And they got a lot of flack for it. And they eventually did apologize and say, "Oh yeah, we were wrong. We're not going to fire him." But obviously a lot of people have
2 million is a lot of people
boycotted them. Yeah, well, I mean, I see it. I mean, because they're not only in Thailand, are they? They're in quite a few different countries. So I think a lot of people obviously didn't like that.
Sure. And just
power of social media, but yeah.
And just before we go, I've got another quirky little story that I'll let you comment on. I don't know if you read this. There we go. What do you think of that? only in Thailand, right?
I haven't read that story. So go on then, tell me about it.
No, what they're saying is it's not a joke. What they're saying is that tampons are a cosmetic. They class it as a cosmetic. I mean, I don't know how you would class it as a cosmetic. For me, it's a necessity for women, isn't it? It's not. It's not cosmetic. It's not something they choose. Is it? Well, I suppose it could be something they choose as opposed to. But let's not go there. But that was in the. I think that was in Bangkok Jacks today. That one.
But yeah, I think, like you say, probably after just to mainly get the tax.
Yeah. I'm just going through, see if and we did this one right at the beginning. If you just joined us late in the stream, that's self-explanatory, that one.
Yeah. So yeah, if you didn't know, today is a big holiday in Thailand. It's the King's birthday today, so it's an official holiday. And then, as Peter put it on the screen there, they pardoned 200,000 people got pardoned, and some of them, I think 35,000 inmates got released on parole. So, as part of the celebrations.
We've got some bigger news than that. What about this?
Oh yeah, well, hey, Peter, losing weight.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down to 90 now. So I've got to do it because everybody knows I'm trying to get down to 90 now. I've been talking about it. So I've gone from 115 to 104, about 7 weeks so far. I'm still on the beer at night. I have a couple of beers and that doesn't help. But hey, what can you do?
Well, so yeah,
I think that's all my stories. I'm just having a quick look through them. If there's anything else, we've done the monkeys, the food panda. Congratulations to that young Thai girl, by the way. She's only about 20 and she's won a gold for her country, so she'll be very popular when she gets back.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, so it's good. So yeah, well, I mean, we're coming up to 8 o'clock in 2 hours again on a Wednesday.
I'll just put them figures up there because people, the number one question that comes up is, when do you think we can all go back? And that's not great news, is it? So
no, that's right.
See what people are saying before we head off.
Yeah. So yeah, so just in case you missed it, so the big story: Peter's lost lots of weight. He's down to whatever it was. I forgot already. Dave and Nat, the new cartoon is out Saturday. So the next episode is look out for that on Saturday. Have you got a live stream this week?
I certainly have. I've got one this Saturday. I've pulled all the news stories for this stream, so I'm going to have to search high and low for some stories for mine. I don't think I'm going to have a quiz this week. I've only got 2 days now to prepare it, haven't I? It's Wednesday today. But I will tell people now something. I'm going to actually, I think I mentioned this, I'm going to change. I do the quiz every other Saturday. I used to do it every Saturday, but I don't want it to be sort of old hat. And I'm going to change the day of this Saturday as normal, but the next stream in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to start doing it on a Friday, the same time, 9 p.m., but on a Friday instead of a Saturday. And the reason for that is I want to get my weekends back. It's summertime, and I have to prepare a lot of stuff for the stream like we do for this one. So Saturday afternoon, I'll spend 2-3 hours preparing, and then 2 hours in the evening putting the stream out there, which is great fun. Have a beer in the evening. But I want to change it to Friday, and that way it will give me my weekends free.
Yep, cool. That sounds good.
Did you sleep?
No. I was then looking at the message. So yeah.
Thought you dozed off.
No, I was looking down at the messages. So
right.
yeah.
Is that it then?
Yeah, that's it from me.
I thought. Right. Okay. Is that it? Thanks, guys, for this stream. I'll see you on Saturday, and we'll see Simon next Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks all for joining. Cheers. Okay, bye.
Thanks guys.